Verrazano Bridge checkpoint passed. All non-essential personnel report to the holds in 10 minutes' time for the scheduled briefing session with the Commandant. You are ordered to continue manning your posts until that time.
Thanks for the info, random announcer man. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm NerdGod21. Welcome back to Let's Play Metal Gear Solid 2 Substance. I can actually say the correct title this time. I see the S and I think of Subsistence because, well, I never actually got the Substance version of Metal Gear Solid 2. I had the Subsistence version of Metal Gear Solid 3, the original versions at the very least. So yeah, I always assumed that it was the same subtitle. And Snake has a cold.
Snake, the Metal Gear prototype is down in the holds. That corridor wraps around the holds. There are several doors into the holds from the corridor, but it looks like most of them are locked. But I think the farthest door isn't locked yet. You can get into the holds from the door at the end of that corridor. Head north.
Thanks for the exposition, Otacon. I don't know anyone in Fairview, so fuck off. When are people gonna learn? I'm not gonna answer random fucking numbers unless they actually show a fucking name. Ay. And I just started too. Anyway, in the last episode, now that I can actually, you know, talk, Snake has joined an organization called Philanthropy, which is an anti-Metal Gear organization established by the United Nations, but still on the fringe elements. Mainly because, well, Philanthropy's objective is to destroy/dismantle Metal Gears in various countries. And Otacon's part of it too. Which is why when the news of a Metal Gear being developed by the Marine Corps hit Otacon's desk, we had to go check it out. Unfortunately for the Marines, their entire tanker was shanghaied by a group of armed Russian mercenaries. Led by Sergei Gurlukovich, one of Ocelot's allies. And Ocelot's here too. Wonderful. So everything's going F.U.B.A.R. So now we're heading down to the holes to get pictures of Metal Gear to blow this case wide open. And hello, random soldier. Good night, random soldier. I don't want to go full on murder hobo on the Russians just yet, mainly because, well, I don't have a suppressed lethal firearm. Meanwhile, this poor bitch is too busy listening to music to have peripheral vision. Enjoy the tunes in your sleep. And unfortunately for me, any access ways into the hold are locked. Behold.
Nothing to report.
Man, everyone's going to sleep today. Now you can just run past this poor sap, but... Fuck. Are you serious? That's bullshit. Wow, I can't believe that actually happened. That normally never happens. The hell? I never get caught there. Wow. I guess apparently my bullets did not hit his head as well as I thought they would. I should have just ran past him. Well, alcove, that's not going to help us. Anyway, now is the time to use the USP, because it's time to go murder spree. Mainly because the game's giving me a bunch of ammunition and rations, so I might as well use them.
stern hatch.
All right.
The lift is also under our control.
We're on the foredeck, about to descend to the holds.
Sir, the Marine Commander has started his speech already.
We will complete the preparations before the end of the speech.
All communications to the holds have been severed. No one is aware of our presence.
Let no one down into the holds until we are out.
Yes, sir. We will secure your exit with our lives if necessary.
There is one more thing.
Yes, sir.
My daughter, keep her safe.
Yes, sir. Who goes there?
A one-man army with a gun. Ah, you motherfucker. Nice try, pal. You, want to come out of cover? Best part about kneeling down is you can aim to various body parts. Ironically enough, a headshot or a shot to the dick is enough to kill everybody. And I didn't lose a single ration. Now, it is possible to do that with a tranq gun, but I'd rather not have to deal with that pain in the dick. I'd rather just shoot him. Yes, don't question the doors behind you being closed, Snake.
Who goes there? Oh, Shalashaska. Why are you here? We thought you were with the Colonel. What the?
And that's why you don't trust Ocelot.
The Colonel will be joining you soon, comrade.
Well, that isn't ominous.
Snake, are you in yet? Have you made it to the holds?
It's taking longer than I expected. We've already passed the Verrazano Bridge.
All right, we'll use another recovery point.
They may be planning to change course.
What?
The exits to the deck are all sealed.
What are they planning?
If they get Metal Gear, we're going right off the fringe.
You're all familiar with the Shadow Moses.
The men down here are definitely Marines.
The current state of nuclear.
If the deck is sealed off, they have no way of knowing that the ship's been taken over.
Remember,
I'm not interested in fighting these guys. The weapons won't do me much good here.
Can you see Metal Gear?
No, I'll have to go around to the bow. They have some serious defenses here. I doubt the recent arrivals want to blast their way through the Marines either.
Wonder where they're headed.
I don't know. Not the beach, that's for sure.
Okay, Snake, let's go over this one more time. Use this camera to get photographic evidence of the Metal Gear prototype. Now do your thing and take pictures that speak louder than the government's plausible denials. We need 4 shots. Metal Gear from the front right, and front left, and a close-up of the Marine Corps marking.
Marking?
There should be a Marine's insignia on the body of Metal Gear. Just let someone try explaining away a clear shot of that.
All right.
There's actually one little thing.
Just spit it out. I'm used to things going wrong.
It looks like someone's monitoring our transmission.
Who?
I don't have a clue. All they're doing is watching. It would creep me out less if they tried to interfere with our communications.
Could it have something to do with that cipher we saw?
Maybe. I've switched the encryption protocol for our burst transmission for now. What I want to do is use a different method for sending these photos, just in case.
Instead of using the codec?
Exactly. There's a workstation in the southeast corner of the block where Metal Gear is housed. I've made arrangements so that you can send the pictures from the machine.
Arrangements?
I hitched a ride on Link 16 into U.S. military's proprietary network. Managed to get into that workstation and overwrote a part of the system software so I could remote install a little app I wrote.
Why bother with anything that complicated?
No, it's pretty simple, really. Look, all you have to do is stand in front of the machine and push the action button. The app will automatically launch and download the image data from the camera, split the files, and encrypt them individually. The data packets can then masquerade as...
Okay. So all I have to do is push the action button in front of the computer once I have the pictures, right?
Well, sure, if you put it that way. And one more thing. The Commandant's already begun his speech, but you need to get the pictures before he's done talking. Otherwise, they'll spot you, okay?
How much time do I have?
I hacked into his personal files and took a look at the text of that speech. I'd say you have 7 more minutes. Longer if he throws in a joke or two.
A 7-minute time limit, huh?
Remember, Snake, just the photos, okay?
With these kinds of odds, I won't be making any sudden moves. But that doesn't mean we can just let Metal Gear be hijacked.
Okay, but first the photos.
All right, we'll deal with the rest when we get there.
Stay low.
Oh, jeez.
We initiated development of Metal Gear
Ray, blah, 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 blah. Let's unequip the fucking USP and not go loud. Now, we got 7 minutes to get through here. Now, if we had a better grip gauge, which you can actually level up by doing pull-ups, a lot of pull-ups, it goes up to level 3. So you essentially have to do 200 to 300 pull-ups to get the max rank. Yeah, that takes a while. You can just shimmy along the edges and not have to worry. Now, do not mess with the Marines. Why? You get spotted, instantly failed. Now granted, you could screw with them if you feel like it. You can knock them down like dominoes, you can knock out ones that are in your way, like that prick over there. But rather than worry about getting spotted by the guards, I'm just going to take the old maintenance hatch.
Ours is not the only military project devoted to Metal Gear development.
Meanwhile, Marine Commandant is busy talking away. Fortunately for us, going into the ducts muffles his speech. And do not enter straight out, because in 3, 2, 1... Whoops. It's the next area I'm thinking of.
The opposition from the Navy is an undeniable fact. There is a lot of pressure from Navy brass.
It's the next area I'm thinking of that does it. Of course, the Marine Corps is being fucked over by the Navy. What else is new?
To the Marine Corps.
I bet it
The
is.
enemy is sometimes closer to home than you think, gentlemen. Always bear that in mind. This weapon will render all other Metal Gears obsolete.
You don't know that.
Nations up their own
Oh.
The shift in the balance of power will
And
bring a new world order.
maintenance hatch.
We, the Marine Corps, will play a central role in its military affairs. I have a daughter. And it is my greatest wish never
Would you believe me? It took me a while to figure out you could open these damn things.
experience the horror of nuclear war. As a
I didn't
father
actually know that these
of
maintenance hatches existed when I used to play this game.
I know that.
Then, one day I saw a hatch, I'm thinking, you know, let's try and open it. Oh, another way through.
Ah,
You must be tense.
forget about it.
And wait for the shadow to disappear.
Right.
Now, I have no idea if him being, they move down, will go through the grates to spot me, but I'm not taking the chance.
Front. Up. Down. Front. Up.
Okay, we're through. Okay. We are clear through. Do 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 do. Yeah, Metal Gear Ray is amphibious, but Rex is still the superior tank. And I'm a full believer of that fact because of the events that happened in the future.
You're all familiar with the Shadow Moses incident during the Sears administration. The current state of nuclear...
Interesting thing about this cutscene, depending on where you enter this room, it actually changes, which is a nice touch. Hello, Ray. You won't be mass-produced and become an annoyance later on in the series. No, no, no.
Metal Gear.
You're a completely unique snowflake. It's not like you won't be mass-produced. No, no, no. That's never gonna happen.
The brain drain of nuclear specialists and the black market trade in weapons-grade plutonium has been fueling a
Through the maintenance hatch we go. And now we can start taking pictures. Now hopefully I can actually not get spotted during a certain event, which annoys the fuck out of me, because during that event you practically have to stay still, otherwise you're screwed. Now, I'm kind of tempted to use a box during that event, but I have no idea if I'll actually get spotted. Ah, here's our first picture. Come here, camera.
The Metal Gear Rex development on Shadow Moses.
Good.
It's always best to wait for Snake to give you a confirmation, see if you got a good picture. Let's knock out this poor bastard.
Other nations would make that contingency likely, but if this theory is correct, it means that there was a calculated intent to cash in on this opportunity.
And
by specific interests within the military-industrial complex.
There's the terminal we need.
We are here today to flush out and rid our country of these corrupting forces. That is our mission. You will bear that in mind.
Good.
Uh-oh, here's the event.
Have
Box,
that there are
stay here.
Metal Gear terrorists planning to target the ship.
Because this exercise is annoying.
Intruder to the left. Intruder to the right. Intruder in the back. Should that actually happen, I expect you to be prepared. We cannot and will not give up Ray. Stay on your guard at all times.
Yeah, I don't like that. Now, here's something I don't get, right? The Marines in front of me not seeing me, that's fine. But how in the fuck does this bastard up front not see me at all?
This Metal Gear Ray is a prototype.
Good.
Seriously, what is the Commandant staring at that he doesn't see me sneaking
Ray
around?
will be unmanned.
I mean, granted, we're technically the best soldier in the world because, well, Big Boss is dead,
The
technically.
importance of next generation technology such as
And
C4
Liquid is
ISR and
actually
RNA
fucking dead.
situation has been discussed time and again.
Alright,
Ray
and
is the first to deploy it so
Good.
that's all the pictures we need. Let's get to the terminal and end this speech.
New age of military tactics.
Now, if you want to fuck around with the Marines, or see whatever special events are in this fucking speech, you do that. I, however, am not going to try to get continuous fails.
I seem to be
Repeating myself. Chalk it up to old age.
This new model of Metal Gear is called.
And of course, there are chances of him actually extending the speech, but it's mainly on lower difficulties. Anyway, press the action button. Load the SD card into the machine. And somehow, Otacon wrote his own custom kernel of Linux. Then again, I can't really be surprised. It's Otacon. He's a fucking Genius, apparently. And I like how he calls his, I like how this Linux is MGX version 2.11.5. Police Nuts. Gotta love that reference. I never actually played Police Nuts. Sensibility Program Image Telegraph Engine version 0.2.21. Designed by H.E. Works.
So, any codec moments from you, Snake? Okay, first up. This is great. The Marines lettering shows up really well.
You can actually take a bunch of pictures of the various NPCs and the model posters, and Otacon will actually have comments about it, which is hilarious and funny, but I'd rather not waste time by taking pictures.
What's next? Okay, that's good. The shot from the right is in the bag.
And you only got room for like 6 pictures on this camera, so you kind of have to use them well.
What's next? Okay, this works. It's a great front view.
No, seriously, I have no idea how the Commandant does not spot me when I'm standing in the back. Because I swear, there's... How in the world would you get a picture from the front if you can't...
The last one is... You're a pretty good photographer. We can definitely use this left shot.
It runs in the family.
Okay, now we have all the photos. Snake, the speech is about to wind up. Forget the photos and get out of there now.
And now it's time to put down the controller because it's time for cutscenes out the ass.
We, the Marines, will lead the charge into a new world order with Metal Gear Ray. That is all. Dismissed.
Are you ready for a lot of cutscenes? It's Metal Gear, what do you expect? Now, if this was the original Metal Gear 1 or Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake, that'd be a different story. You know, because those are very old PC games that don't actually have a lot of cutscenes.
Excellent speech, my friend.
Who the...
Gift of the silver tongue. They say it's the mark of a good officer. And of a liar. Americans are too in love with the sound of their own voice to speak the truth.
Identify yourself.
I am Shalashaska, also called Revolver Ocelot.
Of course, because some things are in 16:9, they don't play right, of course.
What do you want?
This machine will be quite useful.
What are you planning to do? Steal this thing?
Yes?
Steal? No, I'm taking it back.
Yeah, I never noticed before, but I never heard that Snake also said Ocelot without wearing headphones. So, gotta love that stereo's noise. Stereo sound, not noise. Yes, Snake, get close. And how do you not see him? You guys have no peripheral vision at all.
Nobody move. Understood?
Man up, Marines.
This ship now carries enough Simtex on its key structural points to blow it out of the water at the touch of this button. That's right. No one has to die needlessly. almost at the target. Get a move on.
What do you intend to do with Ray? Sell it on the streets?
I was raised in Snezinsk, formerly known as Chelyabinsk 70, the nuclear research outpost.
What are you talking about?
After the Cold War ended, my home was bought out by the Americans.
Is there a point to this sad story?
Now you would understand. Land, friends, dignity, all sold to the highest bidder, the United States of America. Even the technology that gave birth to these weapons is Russian, developed by us.
What do you intend to do?
Russia will rise again. And Ray is the key.
I regret to inform you that I have no intention of selling Metal Gear. As I said, I came to take it back. Yes, returned to the Patriots.
The Lale Lule Lo? How's that possible?
Ocelot, have you sold us out?
I was never in your employ, Golukovich.
Are you still in league with Solidus?
No hard feelings, Colonel. Mother Russia can rot for all I care.
Since when, Ocelot? When did you turn?
I'm glad you noticed, comrade. I abandoned her during the Cold War.
Ah!
Metal Gear only has room for one!
And shit's about to hit the fan.
Golukovich, you and your daughter will die here.
Damn you!
Oh yeah, that's gonna work. And once again, Oslo has proven to be a very competent gunslinger.
Sergei, looks like you were long overdue for retirement.
Traitorous dog!
I don't think the slow-mo is very effective. Then again, with what I'm running, yeah. I shouldn't be surprised.
Show's over. If you wish to live, I suggest you run now. This ship is still in the lower New York harbor. You may yet make it to shore if you swim for your life.
Whoa! I forgot I have vibration turned on. Told you shit would hit the fan.
Don't let him get away!
I think you boys might want to start saving yourselves. Oh yeah, sure, shoot at Ocelot, that's going to work.
Ocelot!
You doing okay there, Ocelot?
It's been a while, brother.
Who are you?
You know who I am.
Liquid?
Not so young anymore, eh, Snake? You're drowning in time. I know what it's like, brother. No wonder Naomi passed you over for the Fox dive program.
Ouch! Get out of my mind, Liquid!
Well, something's going wrong here.
The price of physical prodigy. Few more years and you'll be another dead clone of the old man. Our raw materials are vintage, brother. Big Boss was in his late 50s when they created his copies. But I live on through this arm!
Liquid's on.
Everything's getting blown up. Your daughter's fine, Sergey. She's knocked out on top of the deck. Still though, Ocelot, you killed the Commandant and Sergey while shooting through a coat. Impressive. And also, it's rather spry for an old man. Although technically when his arm's exposed, it's liquid in control. Apparently. Because apparently Liquid's possessing his arm of all things. So, we have to fight Ray now, or...
You don't have what it takes after all! You're going down, Snake, with this tanker!
Ah, adaptive camouflage, I see. That's a nice feature for an underwater amphibious vehicle to have. Now keep in mind, this technology is all during 2007. Shadow Moses took place in 2005. Yeah. What do you think was gonna happen, guys? Then again, you don't really have the weaponry to take down a Metal Gear. Because I don't think the old grenades to the legs trick is going to work on this model. And where's the rocket launcher when you need it?
We have a problem.
Yeah, I would say you do have a problem there, Snake. It's drinking the water. Why would it need to drink the water? Oh. A jet stream cutter. I guess that's technically more useful than a laser. But, what happens if you're deployed in an area that doesn't have a lot of water there, Ray?
Snake! Snake!
Oh, relax, Otacon. Snake can swim. Can't say the rest for these Marines and, mercenaries, though. And what is gravity?
proceeding as planned, sir.
Ah, Ocelot's back in control, I see. Yeah, it's not nothing like a couple thousand tons of pure mechanical robot that defies the laws of physics. Who cares about that crap? So, Otacon, do you have a lifeboat?
Yes, at the location we discussed. Yes, I have photographic evidence of Snake on the scene. The cipher was most useful. I look forward to tomorrow morning's news flash. I would say the Marine Corps' plans are on indefinite hold. Yes, of course, Mr. President.
Great! Oh, relax, Otacon. Snake's fine. He can swim. Save, yes or no? Yes, I would. Now let's just do multiple save files. It's not gonna hurt. Ah. Under create the atomic bomb in terms of effect, computer and atomic bombs. Both products of World War II grew up together. Hilarious. In the hindsight.
Snake, do you remember the sinking of that tanker 2 years ago?
Of course.
Terrorists blow a hole in an oil tanker full of crude barely 20 miles off the shore of Manhattan. Your classic nightmare. It didn't take long for the government to put an oil fence around the whole mess. And then that massive offshore cleanup facility went up inside.
The big shell. I hear the cleanup isn't quite over yet.
It takes time, but in the meantime, the shell's become a landmark, a symbol of environmental protection.
Calling teams Alpha and Bravo. Deploy at the big shell as scheduled.
Approximately 6 hours ago, the big shell was seized by an armed group.
Do we have an ID?
Former members of the Navy SEAL Special Anti-Terrorist Training Squad Dead Cell. Russian private army members may also be involved. It's a highly trained group, and they have the big shell under complete control.
Come in from downwind and pull up fast. Get ready to fast rope down to Shell 1. 5 minutes to ETA. Alpha, your top priority is to rescue and safeguard the President. Team Bravo, watch out for Stillman's back and get those C4s disarmed.
What are their demands?
$30 billion.
$30 billion? What makes them think they can get that much?
There was a government-sponsored tour going on at the big shell that day.
Hostages, huh?
A VIP from one of the major conservation groups, and one from our own government. The most important person, in a sense.
The most important person?
James Johnson.
The president?
Unless the demands are met, the terrorists intend to blow the big shell out of the water.
And the crude will ignite, turning the Manhattan Harbor into an inferno.
That's not the worst-case scenario. If the chlorides being used to decontaminate the seawater go up with the oil, toxins containing catastrophic levels of dioxins will be released. In other words, the bay's ecosystem will be wiped out, and the sea will turn into a toxic soup for centuries, becoming the worst environmental disaster in history. You have 2 mission objectives. 1, infiltrate the offshore decontamination facility Big Shell and safeguard the president and other hostages. And 2, disarm the terrorists by any means necessary. You should know that SEAL Team 10 is also conducting a rescue operation.
Is this a joint effort?
No. Foxhound remains a covert body. Don't alert them to your presence. That is an order.
This is Snake. I'm now inside Strut A of Shell 1.
How are things?
We're in luck. Looks like there are no sentries posted here.
What's the visibility?
The lights on the plant's struts are functioning. I won't have to use the IR goggles.
Any problems?
There was a brand new hole cut through the oil fence. There's someone else besides me that wanted to get in badly.
That's not possible.
What about SEAL Team 10?
They landed on the roof of the big shell as planned. And by the way, Snake, we're changing your code name for all following communication.
What's wrong with Snake?
Just a precaution. You are now designated Raiden. All right, Raiden. You've already covered infiltration and VR training.
I've completed 300 missions in VR. I feel like some kind of legendary mercenary.
Okay, we'll skip that part. Make sure nobody sees you. If you need to, contact me by codec. The frequency is 140.85. When you want to use the codec, push the codec button. When we need to reach you, contact you, the codec will beep. When you hear that noise, press the codec button. The codec's receiver directly stimulates the small bones of your ear. No one but you will be able to hear it.
All right. I'll contact you if anything changes.
First, make your way to the upper section of the big shell.
How do I get up to the next level?
There's an elevator at the far end of that area. Use that.
Sounds good.
Your new sneaking suit uses electrofiber technology, a byproduct of fiber optics research. The texture isn't far removed from rubber, but the material protects against a wide range of toxic substances. The suit itself has a wide array of built-in sensors. It is referred to as smart skin in military R&D. Data about damage to different regions of the body, including blood loss, is exchanged between the suit and the intravenous nanomachines to create a feedback system.
There's a lot of pressure on my torso.
Relax. The suit applies varying pressure to major internal organs to maximize performance and safeguard their functions. They call this the skull suit in Foxhound.
Skull suit seems appropriate somehow.
The hatch with a circular handle will open into the elevator area. Locate the hatch first.
Copy that. Moving on to main mission objectives.
Anyone getting a severe case of deja vu? No? Just me? Alright. Well then, the tanker mission went off F.U.B.A.R, which means it's been some time. Oh, if I remember correctly, we're technically in 2000... It's been technically 2 years? So, we're now in the year 2009. Wonderful. So, as far as the major public is concerned, the tanker that the Marines were using as cover to develop Metal Gear Ray was an oil tanker which was blown up by terrorists. So in response, to cover everything up, the government built this big shell facility, which is supposed to, quote-unquote, detoxify the crude oil. Whatever. And apparently terrorists have taken over the place. Like I said, this seems like deja vu. Anyway. No, nope. There we go. Raiden can swim, and he has a gigantic oxygen meter, mainly because he still has this rebreather on.
Got your feet wet? These are the basic controls for swimming. When you're on the surface, you can swim in corresponding directions using the up, down, left, and right movement of the left thumbstick. Push the punch button to dive down from the surface.
I like how they can't do specific button prompts because, well, I'm not on PS2. Okay, so
stroke the water and move forward by pushing the punch button. Push it in rapid succession to swim faster. Change your heading by moving the left thumbstick. Up will take you up, down takes you lower, left and right to face those directions. The O2 gauge will appear under your life gauge while you're underwater. The gauge corresponds to the amount of air you can hold from a single deep breath. Once the O2 gauge falls to 0, the life gauge will start to drop. You need to be aware of that.
So in other words, we can drown. Now, the reason why I came in here is to grab these things. Thermal goggles. Raiden may have said we don't need to use them, so he just tossed them into the water like a dipshit. Bullshit! Any form of thermal imaging is always going to be useful. Now let's just go up to the ladder, climb back up. Excuse me for a moment, I'll be right back. At least the interruptions don't happen during the cutscene or codec calls, for the most part, because those I can't pause without having to skip them. Anyway. Welcome to Strut A Deep Sea Dock. Now, if we were playing this on easy or, very easy, we would actually have our first weapon here, which we don't get. I do see a ration, though. Since I'm playing on normal mode, the first weapon I would get has been moved to a different location. Wonderful. And since we're technically a foxhound, which means this weapon is OSP, on-site procurement. Great. So literally we get nothing. Other than binoculars, an AP sensor, and thermal goggles, which we're throwing in the water. Luckily they were waterproof, apparently. Nothing in here. A ration in here. Okay, anything else in here? I don't think so. Normally there would be something in there if we were on New Game Plus on this difficulty, but since we're not, I just heard a fight.
Colonel, I've sighted an enemy sentry. AN-94 and a Makarov. Those grenades, all his equipment, is Russian-made.
Must be a Gerlukovich man.
Gerlukovich?
A Russian private army that was in line to work with the Shadow Moses takeover group 4 years ago.
What's their stake in this one?
They must have made a deal, an arrangement with the terrorists. They become a band of mercenaries, an army without a country.
Is it just me, or does the Colonel sound a little monotone? Maybe I'm just imagining things. Nice throw. Hi, Snake.
Colonel, there's definitely another intruder in here besides me.
That's not a possibility.
Not a team. Looks like a solo job.
One man.
We may not know who he is, but he managed to take care of every sentry in the area. They're all out cold. Whoever he is, he's got some skills.
We need to get an ID. But for now, you can take advantage of the situation and get to work. There's a terminal in front of the elevator. A node.
Did you say nerd?
Not nerd. Node.
Oh.
Use the node to gain access to the Big Shell's facilities network.
Then what?
Pull up the map of the structure. That'll let you activate the Soliton radar.
The Soliton radar? True. That radar came in useful during VR training.
A radar system uses biological magnetic fields as input. These estimated enemy positions are projected onto a map according to reference points collected via GPS signals and field personnel reports. We need to get to the map through the Big Shell's node to put this data processing to practical use. The node unit is about 3 feet high, should be colored blue. Each area has at least one.
How do I gain access?
Just push the action button in front of the node. The nanomachines in your body will take care of the security clearance and allow you access to the node. Complete the procedure before those sentries gain consciousness. If they spot you, you won't be able to gain access for a while. Stay on guard.
Got it.
And the whole nerd's node thing is a result of translation issues. These guards are knocked out cold.
Raiden, you won't be able to use any of the enemy's equipment.
Why not?
You should know that all active weapons are equipped with a personal identification system. The owner enters their required user ID information during the weapon registration or at the start of a mission. If anyone other than the registered user tries to fire the weapon, the ID system will not authorize the action.
But these are black market Russian weapons. How can they be equipped with identification functionality?
They must have been customized by the terrorists themselves. These are professionals we're dealing with, and they certainly won't let their own equipment be used against them.
I'm guessing it's the same for the Navy SEALs gear?
Right.
How am I supposed to procure weapons then?
Find the ones that haven't yet been individualized. Everything you find in the item box is clean. You should know this from your VR training.
Okay, I know those.
Items in the item box are yours to use at will. They will be your supply source with regards to weaponry and gear.
Nice little, explanation for why we can't pick up the enemy's equipment. Even though I think it's complete bullshit. And time for some hilarity. Oh, that's hilarious. That's funny. It's like, okay, do I put my hand here to zap? Anyway. I could put my name, my birthday, my nationality, my blood type, but I'm just going to say fuck that and just put Raiden's actual name in this. Okay, that's it for the name. Male. Nationality. I actually brought up Raiden's wiki page for this, because I want to get most of this accurate. 1983. Random month. Okay, so May 8th. Okay. Blood type, I don't actually know because it's not listed. We could just have unknown as an option, apparently. I'm just going to close my eyes and scroll through this. And in 3, 2, 1, stop. What is it? Blood type? Oh, okay. Nationality? Okay. We actually got two choices for Raiden. The American and Liberian. We're going to go with the original date of birth, which is Liberian. Which is actually... Here we are. Liberia. Now, granted, some of this stuff is spoilers for later, but who gives a shit? And here's how we could basically customize our options. This is our options menu now. Vibration on, type 1, blood is on, sound effects and music are turned on, caption on, own view normal. I'm going to see about that widescreen issue that I'm having, where the scenes ain't playing right. Whatever.
Good work, Raiden.
The radar should be functioning now?
Remember your VR training sessions. The tool is exactly the same one. It maps the terrain as well as the position of enemy personnel. The bright dot in the middle is you, Raiden. The red dots are your enemies, and the blue cone shape represents their field of vision. Your radar isn't affected by the weather, but if you're discovered by an enemy, you won't be able to use it. It gets jammed easily, I'm afraid. It's all made from currently existing technology. You won't be able to use it in an area with strong harmonic resonance, so be careful. The Big Shell's layout map should now be available after touching the pause button.
How do I save the mission data?
I've set aside a proprietary frequency for saves, and an analyst to work on the data too.
Jack, is everything all right?
What are you doing here?
Jack, can you hear me?
Rose, you're not supposed to be involved. What's going on?
Jack, I'm a part of this mission.
Colonel, what the hell is going on?
Raiden, meet the mission analyst. She'll be overseeing the data saving and support.
Why her?
The Foxhound analyst that was supposed to take part in this mission was in an accident. Rosemary was brought in as a replacement.
An accident?
And according to the files, She knows you better than anybody else.
Rose may be in the service, but an intelligence analyst is no field officer.
Not to worry. She has our technical staff at her disposal.
She's never been a part of a field mission. This is insane.
I have my own reasons for selecting her for this mission, soldier.
Colonel, I fail to see...
I know your VR training performance in and out, but sometimes that's not enough. You're familiar with the Shadow Moses incident?
You know I covered it in VR.
If there's a crucial tactical detail that case taught us, it was the power of the operative's will to survive.
I was trained to fight. My personal feelings have no place in a mission.
We've learned that it doesn't work that way. And on the field, you need all the help you can get.
Jack, you're stuck with me whether you like it or not.
Rose.
You need someone to watch your back. But I have conditions that need to be met, Colonel.
What is it?
I'll perform my duties and save that mission data, but I'm aware that technically I'm not part of the mission control team. After all, I'm just a normal girl who's worried about Jack. But that means, Colonel, that I am not required to follow your orders outside of my immediate duties. Jack is not simply a field personnel for me to track. His safety comes first to me, not the mission. And because of that, I will be monitoring and keeping a record of every communication you have with him, Colonel.
Given the circumstances, you're free to do what you see fit.
Hey, I prefer this to being kept in the dark waiting.
I'd like to make a request, if I may.
Of course.
His handle is Raiden. For the duration of the mission, could you call him that?
Yes, sir. All right, Raiden. Let me know when you're ready to turn in a save. The proprietary save frequency is 140.96. I just switched frequencies. Jack?
What?
Do you know what day it is tomorrow?
April 30th. Is there something special about it?
Isn't there?
I can't remember. I'm sorry.
Oh well. I'll keep trying till I hear the answer. I'm gonna let you go now, Jack. Take care.
Oh, joy. Uh-oh. That's not a good sign. Time to hide! While we wait for the elevator.
Raiden, the enemy sentry is regaining consciousness.
Be careful, Jack.
Find somewhere to hide until the elevator arrives. You must stay out of sight.
Well, that's easier said than done there, Colonel. Anyway, the VR that everyone keeps talking about is VR missions, believe it or not. So we're just gonna wait here for the elevator to come down. And once it's come down, we just knock one of these guys out or snap his neck, because that's all we can do. And board the elevator. Okay, elevator's up. I mean down. Okay, let's wait for this one of these guys to turn around. There we go. Or I could just flip him. That works too. I was trying to grab him, but I'll flip him. That'll work.
The terrorists call themselves Sons of Liberty.
Sons of Liberty?
The name of their leader is Solid Snake.
The hero of Shadow Moses? So that's why you changed my code name.
Right, but he can't be the Solid Snake. He died 2 years ago on that tanker after he blew it sky high.
Could he have survived?
Not a chance.
Colonel, I'm on the roof. There are no sentries, but it would only take one to spot me in this light.
You never had daylight VR training after all. Stay extra sharp until you can find a node to log in from.
What about the commandos?
SEAL Team 10 has landed on struts B and C.
And the President?
Seems he was spotted on strut B.
Strut B?
The big shell is comprised of shells 1 and 2. Each unit consists of a central core and 6 struts surrounding it.
So the whole thing is shaped like 2 hexagons connected end on end.
Exactly. And you're on the roof of strut A, shell 1 at the moment.
Surrounded by seagulls.
First, get to a node. Log into the network.
Got it.
And that's the reason why I never played on anything higher than very easy or easy mode. Because, well, you have to log into the node of each strut in order to gain access to the radar. Which is a crutch, because I tend to get spotted when I don't have the radar. Get the M9 first. We would have already had it if I was playing in an easier difficulty. But we don't. So that's my first priority. Get a weapon. Any weapon. But I'm out of time for today. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been NoGod21. This has been Let's Play Metal Gear Solid 2 Substance. In the next episode, we're gonna explore the big shell. This'll be fun. But until then, thanks for watching. Have a wonderful evening, and I'll see you all next time.
What's up, Jack? Jack, do you remember what day tomorrow is?
That again. I'm sorry, but I still don't have a clue.
That's okay.
What is it, Rose? Talk to me.
I'd rather you figure it out. It's important.
How important?
Important enough? And we'll talk about it tomorrow.
Why not now?
Tomorrow seems more appropriate. I need all the help I can get so that I won't chicken out anyway.
Is that the reason you decided to be part of this mission? Okay. I'm gonna finish this thing by tomorrow no matter what.
You know I'll do everything I can to help you.
Rose, there's something I need you to do as an analyst.
What is it?
It has to do with Solid Snake. The leader of this takeover incident is claiming that he's Snake himself.
The legendary mercenary?
I need as much data on him as possible. Everything they have on him after the Shadow Moses incident.
He's dead now, isn't he?
Yes. Should be a burial record somewhere, too. You should be able to request top-level security clearance from the Colonel. That should get us into the most classified material.
I'm on it. I'll contact you as soon as I find out something.